When you want to add a new channel, just right click and press R. That's going to give you the auto rename. Type in your channel and then right click this box and it's going to give you a random color. I like to keep my channels, my similar channels, close to each other. So if I have my drums here, my bass here, and I want to add a new drum, I'm going to right click here and I'm going to press I. It's going to give me a new channel in between there. I'm going to type in my new channel, Tom, right click here, get that random color, and now all my drums are together. That same right click technique works on these patterns, so I'm going to keep these all named too. If I want to create a piece of automation, I'll make sure I have an empty channel here. I'm going to go in, I'm going to right click the automate thing I want to automate, drop it in, and then I'm going to right click here, I'm going to group it, right? So now my automation is tucked underneath my channel. You can also right click and then press auto name if you want, and it will give the track the same name as what this is. If you ever have a channel with automation stuck under it and you want everything to be the same color, you just right click the colored one, click auto color group. I like to keep a all black separator between my bass and my drums, so I'll do something like this. Let's say this is the end of my bass channels, I'll create another black separator, and here I'll put my melodies. Anytime I'm not working or digging through the browser, I like to keep this thing closed. Honestly, it's just a lot of words in my face at all times, and I just really prefer the look of it nice and clean without it. So anytime I need something, I just double click right here, I'll grab what I need, bring it out, and then click it right back. When I'm on the mixer, I like to do that same black separation. I'll keep my drums over here, I'll keep my basses here, you know, and I'll do my melodies right here. I like to keep all the colors on my mixer default unless there's routing. So let's say we have a snare, we have the snare reverb. So if these are routed to each other, that's when I'm gonna hold control, drag over it, right click, and then give it a color, so that way I know that these two are routed to each other. If you ever have a channel that you feel like you want to move over, like say you have your kick right here, just select it, hold Alt and left arrow, it's going to slide it right over for you. Or if you ever say you want to put one right here, you can highlight everything and then hold Alt, move it to the right, and then it's going to give you that spot. When you save your file, I recommend that you start a folder with the date and then save inside of the file. That way when you export the file, you can put it right in this folder. Anytime you need to like export a bounce or drag in a sample, that way you never lose it or anything like that. Also, it's just a nice way of kind of looking in the past, seeing what your ideas were a few months ago, seeing how much you've improved. To change your piano roll color, you know, give it a little bit of personality, you just go up to View, go to Grid Color, and then you can select along this wheel. I'd recommend something not too solid in tone, like this like really sharp blue. It's just some of the colors don't really come through it very good. But you can do the same over here on the piano roll. You can have, you know, two separate colors, View, Grid Color, same story. If you ever do something, you know, kind of unusual in your project, like for example in this project I created this dry bus and this wet bus to create this swell and reverb in the intro, and that's a bit unusual for how I would normally do it. I actually notate things in Fruity Notebook. So I wrote down these buses were created to have a reverb swell in the intro. Simple as that. And you know, if I open this project in a few months, it's right there for me, and it's going to save me a lot of time. So here's a look at my most recent project. Yeah, I have all my master stuff on top. Even have a little bit of notation written down right here, just right on the track, you know. There's my black separation between my master. Here comes my drums. You can see here my clap is grouped because it has automation under it. Every pattern channel has its own random color just for the sake of visual separation. Here's another one of these black separators. So next up we have these melodies and synths. All these groups exist. These are just pieces of volume automation, helps it swell in. Sometimes I keep these open, sometimes I keep them closed. Another black bar, here we are. This is all my bass stuff. This is another bass. Look at all that grouping. And it just keeps it there. You'll never lose it if you keep them grouped. And then a black thing, and then down here I like to just keep like effects and stuff. Like this is just white noise. You see that my mixer is organized in that same way too, where all my drums are here. You can see the ones that are colored the same have some form of routing connected to them. Anything that's default color has no routing. There's my little black separation bar. That means everything here is melodic synth content. Another black separator. This is all bass. And then my effects. So this is organized in the same order that this is. Alright guys, that's all I got for you today. Really organizing is about saving yourself time in the future. Like if I open up these projects in a few months, I'm going to be really happy. All my stuff is right where I left it, systematically how I organize everything every time. There's not going to be any mass confusion. I'm not going to be losing files. And it's just going to make you feel good about your stuff, like you're taking it to another level. When I open my projects, it's very satisfying. So that's going to be it for the video. Like, subscribe, comment, do all that YouTube stuff. You know, we're trying to grow the channel out here, so hopefully you got some good information out of this, and I'll see you guys next time. Yo, I was just editing the video and I forgot to tell you guys to go to my Twitch, twitch.tv/retouch with 2 underscores, and check out my SoundCloud too. That's soundcloud.com/retouch. Peace.